everybody!
Welcome to the Turtle and the Bear podcast. I'm Turtle.
And I'm Bear, and today is our 10th episode.
Yay!
So today we're going to be talking about 10 fun facts that we find are interesting.
Well, 10 facts each.
Yeah, so technically 20, but we're just gonna, the title's gonna say 10 fun facts for title purposes. Let's go start with Turtle. You can start with a fun fact, because my first fact is very morbid.
So as of recording this episode today on whatever day it is,
The 28th of March.
I have read 19 books this year.
The average person reads 12, which is once a month.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I don't know how many I've gone through.
I don't know.
I think I'm at 12 or something like that.
Yeah, I finished reading Onyx Storm.
She sent me a video of herself after reading it. She's like, I'm not okay. I died because I knew, like, if you know anything about the Fourth Wing or Empyrean series, you know it's gonna end up in a cliffhanger.
I knew there was a cliffhanger.
So you know there's a cliffhanger, but you're still not okay. Oh, the poor turtle. Poor turtle.
If you read the entire series and then ended up with that bullshit.
Yeah, that might be another reason why I didn't really invest in it, because I don't do cliffhangers. I really don't like them.
I mean, you can always try it again once all 5 books are out. That won't be another
like
4 years, but
4+ maybe, yeah.
Who knows? Maybe you'll be interested in it then.
Maybe.
Okay,
but my first fun fact, the brain lives for 7 minutes after death approximately. It's thought that is when your key life points play off. So, like, when you almost die, your life flashed before your eyes kind of thing. That's what is thought to happen. But, which is really weird, because if your brain lives for 7 minutes after death, you can only live, I think it's like 3 minutes without any, like, functioning of your other parts of your body without possibly having brain damage.
Yeah.
So, imagine 7 minutes in heaven. I mean, hell. I mean, yeah.
Excuse me. Me, Turtle.
Numero dos.
I have never dyed my hair.
Yeah, not even a highlight or anything.
Nope.
I have been every color in the rainbow. And then some. I hated my hair. I used to, like, hate it.
I loved your hair.
I know, but, like,
it was so
I didn't know what to
floofy.
do with it. I know, I basically had an afro, but I didn't know what to do with it. And then dyeing it, I used to, like, for the longest time, I was burgundy, like, bright burgundy. And
I think I've seen some pictures.
I was that for, like, I want to say almost a decade. And I loved that. And then I went to my darker color that I am now, the dark brown, almost black. Yeah. Well, it's almost black when I dyed it.
I think your natural hair color was more on the blonde.
Mine is a little lighter than yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People have always called me, like, oh, you're such a nice blonde hair. I'm like,
you're just light brown.
I do not have blonde hair.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes
maybe in the summer you do.
In the summer it might get like, I would accept a really dark, dirty blonde as an answer.
Yeah.
But I might still get upset with the person who says it.
Yeah.
Because I am not blonde. There's nothing wrong with being blonde.
Yeah, you don't have anything against blondes. It's just
I am not.
My nail just broke.
And the reason why I'm so defensive about people getting my hair color correct is because growing up, my hair color was always something that I loved.
Well, you do have a very pretty hair color.
Frustrated with, like, my whole body.
Everything else.
I loved my hair color, and I loved my eye color as well. So
yeah, you have pretty eyes too.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
They actually do change shades sometimes.
Yeah, you go from, like, gray to, like, bright blue. It's cool. I go from green to gold.
Okay. Your turn.
All right, number 2. I did Bear did gymnastics, cheerleading, and dance, which caused me to get carpal tunnel by the time I was 16.
Woo!
And that ended up with surgery in both my wrists.
Yay.
At 21. My gymnastics.
A round of applause for Bear.
So in grade 9, in phys ed, you have your exam. And one of the things you had to do was push-ups.
Oh, no.
My doctor had to actually physically write me a note to exempt me from doing that. because I couldn't do it. I couldn't put weight on my
No,
wrists.
you would have snapped something.
No,
or-
it hurt so much I couldn't do it. Like my
Mm.
hands would physically go numb.
Yeah, that's
Right? It sucks. And imagine like being, because like I was a base, so in cheerleader terms, I was a base, which means I was holding the person up.
mhm.
So your hands were like wrists together.
That must have
flexed.
felt fantastic.
It felt phenomenal. By the end of the whole routine, my hands were numb.
Yeah.
It was great.
That sounds about right.
Mm-hmm. A routine is like 2-3 minutes long,
Mhm.
but it's enough that it's gonna be like tingles. Yep.
Okay, next one, number 3. Beekeepers will remove a queen from the hive if she is too aggressive. Because then she keeps laying eggs and then
So when you say
produces-
aggressive, what do you mean like aggressive?
so like they'll swarm the beekeeper, they'll just like
Oh, so like not aggressive in the actual colony, like she's not aggressive to her bees, she's aggressive outward.
so she won't leave the colony,
Mm-hmm.
but because she's a little bit more on the aggressive side.
If she's being a beach,
So that means all of the babies that she makes
Would be more
will be a
aggressive.
little bit more aggressive.
which makes it harder to beekeep.
Well, yes, because
Mm.
no matter how much smoke you put on there to get them to
If they want to be a beach, they will be a beach.
yeah, so I don't know what they do with the queen bee.
Humanely execute.
Or they might rehome her into a hive that might be too docile. I don't know. I don't know what happens.
Being aggressive, does that make the rest of the hive aggressive?
Yes, it does.
It makes them all on edge and stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why they would remove the queen, because if and then the beekeepers would probably like wait a day or two because they don't want to wait too long, or the bees will start making a new queen.
Well, I was going to say, you told me that the bees can actually make their own
Yeah, so
queen
as
if
long
that
as there's
happens.
viable eggs and larvae that haven't completely matured so that there's caps on them waiting for them to come out, they can turn it into they'll make a queen cell and that'll be a queen. So I think is for the first 3 to 5 days of a bee's larvae state, they'll be fed royal jelly, but to make a queen bee they're only fed royal jelly. So
talk about being born with a silver spoon in your hand.
No kidding. Yeah, so then the beekeepers will wait like a day or two, and then they usually buy a queen bee from like
a breeder.
Wherever.
Is there such thing as bee breeders?
Well, you can technically go into your beehives. I think I saw this. They take the queen out of some beehives for a little bit, and then they start building their own queen cells, and then I'm thinking they take the queen cells once they're capped off. I don't know. Don't come after me for this.
That's it. I'm suing you if it's wrong.
I'm just guessing that because that seems like the most logical.
Well, I don't know, because like you can pretty much breed anything. You can breed bacteria at this point.
That's true.
So that's why I'm like, bee breeding sounds like it's something you could do, because
Well, most of the workers in the hive are female, because I did mention there's only a very small population,
and then they get kicked out
of males. Mentioned that I think last episode or
no, it was like 3 episodes ago. Maybe it was in the autism one that never came out.
I don't know.
That would be hilarious.
It would be funny. I'm pretty sure.
We're talking about it as if it happened. Jokes on us.
But anyways, so theoretically, the most logical thing would be that they would just take queen cells from queenless colonies, and then they would eventually give it.
They'd eventually
because
give that
they wouldn't have eggs or viable.
Well, it would put them in distress too. You'd think
they would get very sad.
Yeah, the espresso, the pepe,
They'd
get the pepe.
But yeah, yeah. So then the beekeepers would wait a couple days, and then The queens come in this little kind of box,
Mm.
and it has like mesh so that the bees can kind of smell her and see her, but they can't get to her.
Mm.
And then there's like kind of like a cork made out of sugar
Oh,
that
that they
takes
can
a
chew
couple
through?
days to get through.
Okay.
So then by the time it's
Gotten through, they're used to
gone,
her smell.
they like her already, and they're
Nice.
just waiting for her.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, my fun fact is about aminals. It's about chinchillas, actually.
Ooh,
I have a chinchilla. I
Yeah.
have a baby boy.
he's so cute.
He's the love of my life. Well, one of them. I have 3 loves of my life. Chinchillas are the softest land animal in the world. So a human hair follicle normally has 1, 2, sometimes 3 if you're a very lucky person.
Mm-hmm.
You might have 3. You just have really
I
thick,
just have really
dense hair.
thin
You have
hair.
dense hair.
I
So
have
you
thin hairs.
Yeah, but you've got a lot of hair, so you might have 3. But I know chicken has some. But whereas a human hair follicle has 1 to 3,
Mm-hmm.
chinchillas have 50 plus per
God.
hair follicle, which is why they're so soft.
Mm-hmm.
But it also means that they have to roll in dust baths to
Mm-hmm.
clean themselves, because if they get wet, it's possible and more likely often than not that they won't fully dry.
Yeah.
Because their hair is so thick and dense. That way, like, it'll turn to mold, or they'll get pneumonia, or they'll just get sick. But
Yeah.
they don't get fleas or any bugs like that because
They're first too dense.
they're first too dense. The fleas suffocate. So I don't have to worry about that, which is great.
Okay.
We're on 4 right
Yes.
now.
So I read somewhere, and I don't know if it's a theory or a fact,
Oh,
that dogs can actually understand what we're saying,
that's a
but
fact.
sometimes choose to ignore
Mhm.
us.
That's a fact. They choose to be stubborn as
And I
fluff.
remember because sometimes, well, my family dog passed away a little bit
Yes.
ago, but I remember when I was living there, and I would call him, and he would look at me,
It registered in his eyes.
would register, and he'd just walk away, and I'm like, you little shit.
It hurts right in the feels. Yeah. No, it is basically, they compare a dog's knowledge to language as a 3-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
So they understand what you're saying, most of it. If you're
Mhm.
saying like extremely difficult words, they're not going to
Mhm.
understand it. But most of the time, when you're telling them commands, you should only be able to tell them once, because they do register and understand it. Unless they're seniors, and then that's a whole different bucket of worms. My aunt has a 13-year-old Jack Russell that she's just senile and doesn't register anything in her brain. She doesn't have a brain cell left. I love her to death, but she doesn't have a brain cell. Number 4 on Bear's list. This one's interesting. Ketchup was once sold as a medicine in the 1830s. It was promoted by Dr. John Cook Bennett as a cure for things like diarrhea, indigestion, and jaundice, which is so weird.
I mean, it's a fruit.
Yeah, but you'd think the vinegar in it would cause more indigestion because it's acidic, and that would be harder on your stomach.
One would think.
One would
Apparently
think.
not.
I want to know the science behind the jaundice part, though. That would be cool to find out. I was reading that and I was like, huh, imagine like just having ketchup as your medicine.
Nom nom nom.
Nom noms. Number 5
5.
for you.
Dolphins name each other using distinct whistles to identify each other, kind of like how humans we use names.
Cool.
So they use whistles, which kind of makes sense.
That is cool. Dolphins are very sophisticated creatures.
They are.
Like they're almost as smart as like us chimpanzee ape beings.
Mm-hmm.
They're very sophisticated. They're basically like the apes of the sea.
Yeah.
In retrospective, like comparison.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think that's cool. I never would have thought they would name them. Going into more medicine fun facts, penicillin, so like the antibiotic, was first called mold juice because it's founded in mold. Can you imagine? Okay, kids, you gotta take your mold juice. I would never take medication. Ever.
That.
No thanks. I mean, I'm surprised I'm not allergic to penicillin because I'm allergic to mold. But like, can you imagine? You have to take your mold juice.
That
I'm
just
so glad they
sounds
changed it.
disgusting.
I'm so glad they changed that because that just does not sound appealing whatsoever. Imagine being like a kid. Mom, I don't want to take my mold juice.
That is just. Bleh.
No thanks. Number 6.
Okay. Your brain hides your nose. It focuses on other things.
You're welcome, every person who's
You're
listening.
now more subconscious
You
about
are
your
now
nose.
subconscious of your nose. Good luck with
You're
not
welcome.
seeing not it. Every 7 years, this is a fun fact. Every 7 years, you're a whole physical new person.
Mhm.
Because your cells, it takes that long for your cells to completely regenerate and replace themselves.
Mhm.
So like me, I got my bumblebee tattoo when I was 7, like when I was 7 years after someone
Mhm.
physically touched me. And because like it's something common is they get a tattoo and it's like, oh, this person has never touched me. But I have a body they've never touched.
Mhm.
And that's amazing. I
Mhm.
love that fact. It's one of my favorite facts. Number 7. Oh God, you're laughing. I'm scared. Is this the one you won't tell me until today? Oh God.
I might have hit
Cue
my mic.
loud laughter and snorting. She's already snorting before she reads it. It's not a farting one because I did the fart one and I'm not mature enough to handle that. Okay, you can do it.
Chainsaws were first invented for childbirth.
For childbirth? How the pardon my language, but how the fuck does that work?
I had a pop-up
Chainsaws were...
They were
Would they
developed.
pull the child out?
They were developed in Scotland in the late 18th century to help aid and speed up the process of I don't know that word, but it basically means widening the pubic cartilage and the removal of disease-laden bone during childbirth.
Huh. Yeah, see, when I think of like using a chainsaw to help with childbirth, I'm like, hook it up to their feet and pull. Or hook it up to their neck and pull.
This is a chainsaw.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so like you hook it up, like a part of where the top of the chainsaw is, and then it rotates and helps pull the fetus out.
Yeah, no.
That's where my brain was.
It was used to help widen
That just makes me want to like close my legs permanently.
I know.
Forever.
I was giggling because of
that's. Owie. I'm into some messed up stuff, but ow.
I haven't messed up. Oh, I want to read that post I sent you about the person who makes her day worse.
Yes,
I'll
we
read
have
that
a
later.
funny thing for you to read later.
I'll find it.
Okay, number 7 for me. The human stomach can dissolve razor blades. I don't recommend you going to prove this theory, but the acid in our stomach is strong enough to dissolve razor blades, which is really, really cool. I mean, like, I knew it was strong enough that it can, like, rust pop cans. So, I mean, it makes sense that it can dissolve razor blades, but, like, how long does that take? And are you more likely to cut off your insides before it dissolves it? Likely. I really don't recommend trying and testing this theory. I don't know how they came to this conclusion. Probably got some stomach acid from a corpse and tested that theory because there are people who donate their bodies to science when we love those people because, you know, we like to expand our knowledge. But yeah, number 8 for you.
Okay, so apparently the actors who voiced Mickey and Minnie Mouse got married in real life.
Oh, that's adorable! Oh, that gives me like.
So I don't know whether it's the original actors.
I would hope so.
Because that would be cute.
That would be very cute. Like, can you imagine?
But I saw that, I'm like, okay, I have to write that down.
That's so cute. We're Disney fans, and
we are.
As a heads up, we love Disney. Number 8. A giraffe tongue can be up to 20 inches long.
Ugh.
That's longer than a Subway sandwich. But it's because they reach the top of the trees and
Well,
stuff.
they-
Like,
yeah.
the trees they eat from are really, really tall.
Have you ever seen a giraffe drinking water?
I have not.
It's
That doesn't it take them like 7 minutes to like completely swallow down their neck for esophagus?
I
or
think
something
so.
Like that?
But so what they have to do is kind of funny.
They have to like
spread
spread
their legs.
eagle. I have seen it.
It's funny.
I've seen babies doing it. I haven't seen adults, but like watching the babies do it because they're already clumsy is so
Have
cute.
you seen a giraffe giving birth?
Their babies just fall to the ground.
It's like, welcome
You get to
the
fall
world.
10 feet into the world.
Okay.
Nice.
She crouches a little bit. Let's 6 feet.
Sure.
7
Yeah. That's
and
still
a half.
you get brain contused.
This is like most animals when they give birth, they lay down.
Cows
Or-
actually normally stand.
Okay,
So
but
they
that-
fall and get
that's
brain
still
dead.
that's only like
They get contused.
sometimes
too.
they lay down.
Sometimes yes.
But like
If they're
I
having
want to say
struggles
the
with
majority
birth,
of the animals on the planet,
yeah, they lay down.
but with giraffes, it's just like welcome to the world.
Fall to your doom.
Now get up.
If you survive, you are meant for this world.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh, okay. Is it my
Okay.
turn?
No, it's mine. Number 9.
How did we get on giraffes?
Oh, yeah, it's yours. Mine was giraffes. Mine was giraffe tongues. Number 9.
You can hear a blue whale's heartbeat from over 2 miles away. Their hearts weighing roughly 180 kilograms.
They weigh more than me.
That's
Holy
just
crap.
that's just their hearts.
I know you can crawl through their tubes, like the heart tubes, because like in
Yeah.
in an aquarium, I don't know which aquarium it is, but they have like an actual physical display of a
Mhm.
heart of a blue whale. For those who don't know, blue whales are the biggest animal in the world.
Yeah.
They're the largest animal.
Yeah.
But the tubes, you can physically crawl through their heart tube.
Because they're huge.
They're massive.
Yeah.
That's insane. I learned that I actually learned that fact from Finding Dory.
Love it.
Yep.
I just thought that was fascinating. So
It is.
I wrote
It's
it
really
down.
cool. Like I mean, I'm terrified of the ocean, but I love oceanic creatures.
I don't like deep water where I can't see the bottom.
That's why I don't like the ocean. Because it's
So
so
I don't-
terrifying.
I don't mind swimming in the ocean as long as like it's only the
I'm
first
just-
little bit.
I'm just terrified of the ocean.
Okay.
I'm
No,
just
I'm
terrified
that
of it.
way in rivers and lakes as
Really?
well. Like if I can't see the bottom.
Okay, yeah. See, so
This is completely an irrational fear. By
so
the
like the
way.
lake that. Oh, it's totally irrational fear. But
You
the
mean
lake,
rational or irrational?
irrational.
Irrational?
Irrational.
Irrational.
It's pronounced irrational, but it's irrational.
Okay.
But the lake that my aunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
I got
freaked out.
Okay, I got
For the
freaked out a
longest
little
time.
bit.
Last year actually was the first time I'd ever gone out to the buoys. Ever. My aunt has lived there for 10 years. Wow. Yeah. I was very proud of myself. But
I
it was the first time I'd had chicken with me. So
Mm.
he keeps me calm.
Ducky couldn't come that day.
Yeah.
He was working and it was 35 degrees.
It would have been fun with Ducky.
Maybe he can come this year.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. My number 9. That was your number 9.
Yes,
right?
yes.
My number 9. Diet pop cans, when they're full,
Mm-hmm.
can float. Regular pop cans sink. So like regular pop that's sugared sinks, whereas diet pop floats. Let that sink in. Dot dot. But that's like I want to know the science behind it. Like, does aspartame maybe make it float?
I
Like
don't know.
I don't know either, but it's the science behind it makes me curious. Oh God.
No, I'm just thinking about the chainsaw.
Oh God. Oh, that still makes me cringe. Allie! Number 10, final fact for you. Ow.
Turtles messed up.
Yes.
Okay, number
No,
10.
you want to talk about messed up chainsaws? There is a chainsaw that has tongues as a
Ugh.
pleasure toy.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Okay, number 10. The blob of toothpaste on a toothbrush has a name.
What name does that what name does that have?
It's called a nurdle. And there was once a lawsuit over which toothpaste company had the right to portray.
Oh my! What toothpaste company came up with that name?
I don't know.
That's hilarious. And nurdle.
Nurdle.
Nurdle. Nurdle. Oh. All right. Final fun fact, and it's about women because both of us are women.
Yay.
Newsflash, heads up. Women speak an average of 20,000 words per day, which is almost double what men speak. But theoretically, it's because we always have to repeat what we say to men. Because they never listen. It's like they hear a woman's voice and they turn their hearing aid off or something.
It's actually a scientific fact, though. It's like they are I think, what's the percentage? I think it's like they're 70% less likely to hear a woman.
Do we not have enough bass in our voice?
No, than a man say something. I guess it's just because of the pitch of our voices.
Yeah, so we don't have the bass in our voice.
So, like, especially for my voice.
I'm a man. Listen to me. Hear me roar. Rawr.
Rawr.
So that was our fun fact 10 episode. We love that.
I'm just gonna read something fun.
And yes, she sent this to me and I'm like, you're unhinged in a different kind of way than I thought. What is it you sent me, dear?
So I found it on Instagram.
We should start doing this as like the end of the episode.
May the fleas of 1,000 camels infest the crotch of the person who screws up your day, and may their arms be too short to scratch.
That's like go step on a Lego. That's insane.
That's like, may your pillow always be warm.
Yeah. Like, eee! Ooh. Ah. I mean, who hurt you that bad?
I thought it was funny.
Okay, who inconvenienced your day that bad that you want them to suffer that much? It's hilarious. But, oh my god.
I found it. I was just scrolling and Ducky had a friend over. I just started laughing. And they're looking at me.
Like you'd gone crazy?
Yeah. And I'm like,
right.
and I read it out loud to them. And I think Ducky just walked away.
Yeah, I can see him just not reacting. Like, okay.
He's just like, I'm gonna walk away from that.
All right.
But thanks for joining us this time.
We have Spotify, Facebook, YouTube, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter. Like us, follow us. You can find all of those links on our Facebook account.
If you have any suggestions for books or hobbies or what you would like to hear us talk about,
yes,
just
send us a message. We post every Turtle Tuesday, every Positive Thursday, and every other Friday. So we will see you next time.
Bye!